Welcome back to the Ancestral Findings podcast. Today, I'm reviewing a genealogy book from my own collection, Researching Ancestral Crisis in Ireland by Paton. And yes, this episode includes a free book giveaway. If you'd like to know how to sign up, stay tuned. I'll share the details at the end of this podcast. Every so often, a genealogy book comes along that makes me look at research in a completely new way. This one did exactly that. If you've ever chased Irish ancestors, you already know it's not for the faint of heart. Records vanish, churches burn, counties split and rename. Sometimes the trail just goes cold. What this book does so well is explain why those records went missing and how the crises of Ireland's past shaped what was written down, what was lost, and what can still be found today. Paton takes a fascinating approach. Instead of walking through record types one by one, he organizes the story around moments of upheaval, wars, rebellions, famines, and social changes that forced people to move, hide, or rebuild. He connects these national struggles to the smaller family stories they created. It's a reminder that every missing name or damaged page often points to something much bigger happening at the time. In this latest work, Paton explores some of Ireland's darkest historical crises over the past 400 years and how they affected the daily lives of our ancestors. He looks at colonization, conquest, rebellion, and the quieter pressures that came from within families, the church, and the state. And he writes with an understanding that whenever disaster struck, someone was nearby with a quill and parchment recording what happened. Those records, whether tragic or routine, still help us connect with the people who lived through those moments. Throughout the book, Paton points to resources that bring these stories to life. He shows how to use both online databases and the many local and national archives across Ireland to uncover the personal side of history. It becomes clear that what once looked like a list of names and dates can become a vivid story once placed in its proper setting. The book includes about 30 black and white illustrations. It's part of Pen and Sword series for family historians, but it stands out because of its focus on crisis as a research tool. Paton writes in an easy conversational way. He isn't lecturing. He shares insights drawn from years of hands-on experience in the field. Paton is already well known among family historians. Based in Ayrshire, Scotland, he has spent many years helping people trace their Irish and Scottish roots through his research service, Scotland's Greatest Story. He also writes for genealogy magazines, runs a popular blog on research news and events, and travels often to give talks to family history groups, both at home and abroad. That background gives his writing a teacher's clarity and a researcher's curiosity. Pen and Sword Books, the publisher, has a strong reputation for reliable and practical titles for family historians. Their authors work directly with archives and primary sources, so the information is based on first-hand research. Readers who've used other Pen and Sword titles will recognize that same level of care and credibility here. What I found most useful was the mix of guidance and background. Paton not only points you toward archives and online sources, he helps you think about context. For instance, if a family suddenly disappears from parish registers, he asks you to consider what was happening in that region at the time. Was there famine, land eviction, religious restriction? That one shift in mindset can open new paths in your search. You'll also find short case studies showing how ordinary families lived through extraordinary times. Some chapters move quickly through centuries of change, but that's understandable. Covering 400 years in one volume is no small feat. If you're new to Irish history, you might want a short background guide nearby. But overall, Paton makes the material approachable. What I appreciated most was how this book changes the way you look at missing information. Instead of seeing gaps as dead ends, you begin to see them as signs of endurance, families adapting to crisis, leaving faint traces that can still be followed. If your ancestors came from Ireland, you'll find this book both educational and encouraging. It doesn't promise easy answers, but it gives you the tools and perspective to keep going when the records get thin. And here's something special. This copy of Researching Ancestral Crisis in Ireland comes from my own personal collection. I'm giving it away this month as part of our Ancestral Findings book giveaway. To sign up for the free book giveaway, visit ancestralfindings.com. The last day to sign up is October 24th. So don't wait too long. It's a book that belongs on the shelf of anyone researching Irish roots. If you've got a hard-to-find ancestor you're stuck on, I'd love to hear about it. Just head over to ancestralfindings.com and click on Contact to send me a message. While you're there, take advantage of our free weekly genealogy lookups. Explore thousands of articles and enjoy hundreds of podcast episodes. We've been helping family history researchers since 1995. And if you're looking for even more, check out our Genealogy Gold Q&A series over on Patreon. Thanks for listening, and as always, happy searching.